And welcome back, Duval Leblanc here for my Odin project log video. So this video is going to be on my completion of the recipes project at the end of the HTML section for the foundations. The project wanted you to, or the assignment, it wanted you to create a directory for Odin recipes, name it recipes. You're going to create an HTML file that for the index, and then it wanted you to link to two other recipes that had to be two different pages that were referenced within the index. Within those recipes, you have to have an image, the title, heading, a paragraph for a description, some images, and then an ingredients list and the instructions or steps to completing the recipe. The site that I did real quick, I'm gonna just record this screen record real quick here so you can see it. Basically, here's the heading here, heading 1, Odin recipes. I think this was an H2 or an H3. I think this is an H2. It's project description. Just to be a little more like clear on what this is. You know, welcome to my recipe project for the Odin project by Duval Leblanc, yada yada. Has a description of what the project is. This site is utilizing href for images. It has multiple pages to maneuver to using href. The instruction of the project was simply to create the index and 2 recipe pages with instruction on how it should look. Yeah, right. So if we scroll down here, these are the 2 links to the recipe pages. And then on the bottom, I wrote, site is contained in Azure. Recipes are not mine. References are included for each recipe. So each of these recipes, I didn't make them. I didn't get the images. I didn't write, the instructions for. No, I didn't do that. So I always feel it should always be clear that if you're putting something out onto the internet, you should, and it's not your content or anything, you should reference whatever you're using. So if we go to curry goat recipe. This recipe is from this person here, so we'll click on it. This is this person, Jamaican Foods and Recipes by Lessa. So this is her recipe, her images, her everything. This is her stuff. It's not mine. I simply am using this to reference a recipe project, right? So yeah. But this is the recipe. The instructions were to get a recipe, take an image of a recipe. I did curry goat because it's curry goat. And so did that, the ingredients of what to get for curry goat to prepare it, and then the steps necessary to complete the recipe. So yeah, and if you go back, this is the other recipe. I did souse. I don't know if many people know what this is. Most people probably know curry goat, but souse is Dominica recipe. It's a here, so this is what it is. Souse is pig's feet chilled, or I don't know if it could also be other parts of the pig, but pig's feet chilled in a thick stock is usually room temperature cold. It is typically served with bread, and it's from the island of Dominica. And this recipe is from this person who has a Dominica gourmet recipe page, which is I just happened to find it, which is cool to me, because my culture is Dominica. I am American born, but my family, everyone's from Dominica. So I just happened to find this, and this was kind of cool. So, but this is her site. This is her recipe, her images. So, this is not mine, but I used it for this project. So here's the ingredients list, and then the steps necessary to complete it. And yeah, that's pretty much what this site looks like. I'm really proud of it. Maybe down the line, I will add some color using CSS, but as of right now, that wasn't the scope of the project, and I don't think you should go outside the scope. So with that being said, that's pretty much this portion of what I wanted to screen record. I also did is I put it in Azure Cloud. I put it in my cloud tenant. And what I want to do moving forward for all these projects, I want to add everything to the Azure Cloud as a static page, if it's as long as it's possible for me to do. I like that it's in the cloud, that it's always available. It has high availability, and it's accessible to anyone. If I want to, like the resume site for me, it's there. You can watch it right now. You can view it right now. I want all the projects to be on there. I want it to always be available, and so I'm going to use the cloud. And it's cheap. It's like for that static website for the blob storage that I use on Azure, it's less than a cent for a month. It's nothing. So I'm just gonna do each of my projects. I'm gonna put them in Azure Cloud, so it's available. So it's gonna be linked from my GitHub. So the repository that has the code, the local VS Code directory, I'm gonna clone it, put it on, have it on a GitHub, and then I'm gonna, in the description on the GitHub repository, it's gonna link to the Azure Cloud. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was a nice little project. I feel like I understood. Now I also, like, when I go to VS Code, I just use there's a shortcut to run the boilerplate, and I believe it's Shift. Let's see real quick. It's Shift exclamation point, right? Yeah. Shift exclamation point allows you to build the HTML boilerplate. So it has the body, the heading, the default template for the HTML document. You can just use Shift exclamation point. I learned that in the Odin project. I never knew that. I was going through, gotta write this, body and like HTML. Like, you don't have to do that. Anything that's repetitive should be built like an automated solution for it if it's a repetitive step. So, but yeah, enjoyed it. This was a nice project. Anyone that's starting the Odin project and doing this is like the nice first assignment that you do. I really enjoyed it. I want to go back and make it pretty and nicer. So right now it looks fine for what it is. It's just HTML. It's not CSS. I was thinking of like making it more colorful and stuff, but then I looked at the next section that is in the course for the foundations, and it's CSS. So I'm not gonna do CSS. I'm not gonna try and make it look really nice with HTML if I'm gonna learn CSS in the next project. So that's why I didn't go so crazy with it. I went fine. It looks good. It looks like what it's supposed to do. The design aspect of it, it's readable. It flows well. Yada yada. So, but yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm really pleased with this, and the next video I do, it's going to be on the CSS project. So I think the way I'm going to structure the YouTube side of this as well, because I'm doing this and I'm doing YouTube content and on the TikTok content. I think for the YouTube, I'm going to do this by the assignments. So maybe for the TikTok, I'll go through, and the short vertical video content, I'll go through what I'm learning within the courses, and then the video will be the end result. So the culmination of everything that I've learned. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I have everything on my GitHub. So if you want to see my this project that I did, it's on my GitHub right now. It's there. It's right there right now. It's available. Go to github.com/ I believe it's Duval Leblanc or @Duval Leblanc. I don't remember. And I pinned it it's pinned to my front of my repository. So when you go to that side, and it's on my profile, it's pinned to next to the resume. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later, and have a good one. Peace.